This world is place of suffering and temporary world full of miseries. Dukhalayam. Alayam means what? Like you have Granthalaya. Granthalaya means full of granthas, books, right? So Himalaya. Himalaya means what? Hima, ice would be there, lot of ice would be there everywhere. Similarly, Dukhalaya means what will be there? Problems, sufferings, miseries. That's why Dukhalaya it is told. Dukhalaya Mashashvatam. Temporary world full of problems, like that. Right? Everyone accepts this, that this is full of problems. This world or life is full of problems. What are the problems now India facing? Who will say? Trump is putting tariffs on India. National problem, international problem. Not only India, others are also facing tariff wars or trade wars, they say. Any other national problem India is facing now? Recently there was some stray dog problem was there. Anyone is aware about that here? State level also and national level also. Supreme Court is discussing what to do with these stray dogs. Because there are some dog lovers are there who so anyway, there are so many such problems are there. World is a place of full of problems. Like that, anityam asukam lokam. Lokam, this world is anityam, temporary. Everything is temporary here, and nothing is permanent. And it is full of miseries, sufferings, like that. So in this way, this is a world of problems. But although this is a world of problems, still we have so many artificial self-inflicted problems in this world. In ignorance we create so many problems. Ignorance and knowledge. What is ignorance and what is generally I make one statement. Ignorance leads to suffering and bondage, and knowledge leads to happiness and liberation. So you all remember this statement. Of course you may not understand what is bondage, what is liberation. That in the course of our talk we will come to that point. So this is a very good important point which you all should remember. How ignorance leads to suffering. We create so many problems because of ignorance. In Kannada, most of you must be knowing Kannada, right? In Kannada we say ajnana, that is, ajnana, not only in Kannada, most of Indian languages. So ajnana, jnana and ajnana. So not necessary that we become illiterate, or you may have degree, doesn't mean that you have knowledge. Knowledge is different. Literacy is different. Even getting big PhD, not necessary that we get knowledge. So knowledge should lead to happiness and liberation. Anyway, in ignorance we create so many artificial problems in our life. Once in 2015, some 10 years back approximately, I was in Nepal, and there, just before I went, India had stopped supply of energy and fuel to Nepal. Most of Nepal's fuel and energy supply was coming from India, but it had stopped. And I could see that people are standing in the queue for their LPG gas. They were standing for with their two-wheelers, four-wheelers in queue to get fuel. So they were in difficulty. And as soon as I went there, because I am from India, immediately they caught me. Oh, you Indian people, you are all troubling us. You have created so many. There was some press conference. There was some press conference, and in the press conference, all the journalists are catching me with this point only. Then I said that this is all, you are blaming India, but these are all, most of the problems in this world are self-inflicted. Because we become attached to something in this world, and when we lose that, what happens? We will be in trouble. So Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he says that one who is situated on a spiritual platform, neither he laments nor he hankers. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakte labate param. So he says, na shochati na kankshati. Why we suffer? Why we face problems? Because we are attached to something in this world. So we may be attached to people. We may be attached to some comforts, some luxuries. So when we don't have that, we are suffering. So this hankering and suffering, he says. A spiritually situated person is not. He doesn't hanker, nor he laments. So anyway, artificially we create so many problems in this world, and we suffer. Now, so there may be so many like that, self-made problems. Like you see, because of pollution, we have global warming problem. Scientists are saying that after some time, because of global warming, ice in the glaciers will melt, and eventually most of the land in this world will merge into water, like that. Of course, sometimes scientists, they spoke about global dimming also. Global warming is very famous, but global dimming, no one knows that. Somehow politically it was buried among the scientific circles. Whatever it is, whether it is global dimming means because of pollution, what is happening is the amount of sunlight which is supposed to come, it is not coming. Therefore, earth is becoming, because of lack of light and heat, it is becoming cold, they say. One side there is global warming, another side there is global dimming. We don't know which one to believe. Scientists, they speak, these are different opinions. But one thing is clear, that we are in problems. We have created so many problems. So like that we create so many problems in this world. So that artificial problems are there, self-inflicted miseries are there. But there are, okay, when we say world is a place of problems, and we also have created so many problems. But then what are the real, then the question comes is, what are the real problems? If world is, another point here is to remember is that when we say this is a place of problems, this world is a world of problems, this is not some pessimistic worldview. So, pessimism, optimism, in Kannada what we say, nirashavadi. Nirashavadi drishtikona, like that you may say. So this is not a pessimistic worldview, because we see that what are the problems there in our so from the books of knowledge we get to know that there is birth, death, old age and disease. Everyone has to face this, right? Birth, death, old age and diseases. Then there are threefold miseries. They are called as kleshas, trivida tapa it is called as. What are those three things? Adi Bhautika, Adi Atmika and Adi Daivika. Adi Bhautika means what? Misery is caused by other living entities. So some mosquito may bite you. When mosquito is biting, for the mosquito it is not a problem, but for you it is a problem. It is. So for mosquito it is nectar. For us it is poison, but for mosquito it is nectar. So misery is caused by other living entity. It can be your, so you may have enemies, or there in business you may have business competitors would be there. So these are all miseries caused by other living entities. Then there are miseries, Adi Daivika. Misery is caused by natural disasters. So there may be, so earthquake may be there. Like that, floods may come, so many things like that, heat, cold, so too much heat, too much cold, scarcity of water, rain, so all these are miseries caused by natural disasters. Then there is Adi Atmika, misery is caused by one's own body and mind and body. So we have so many diseases in our body. And mind also troubles us, right? So we may become depressed. So we may face a lot of stress, like that. Misery is caused by mind and body. So these are there. In fact, it is told that every step there is a problem in this world. Padam 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 natesham, like that. So padam means every step. At every step. So like you may go out and it is not sure that you will come back safely, right? You may meet with some accident and etc. So in this way every step there is danger. So it is realistic to understand that this is a place of suffering and a place full of problems. It doesn't need so much logic, reason, anyone can understand it, right or not? So now this is a place of suffering and problems, and we also, because of ignorance, we increase our problems. The next point should be, if there are artificial problems, then there should be real problems of life. What are the real problems of life? So we see that Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. Real problems means, like I gave example of mosquito. For mosquito, biting you is not it is not a problem. For us, it is a problem. Therefore, real problem means it should be common to all. No one wants it and no one can avoid it. So are there any problems which are common to everyone and no one can avoid it and no one wants them? Anyone would like to say? Real problems. Real problems. No one wants, no one can avoid, and they should be common to all. Birth, death, old age and diseases. These are 4 common problems. Of course, sometimes we may not understand how birth is a problem, right? So we may think, okay, population is the problem, birth control we should do, family planning we should do, like that. For individually, how it is a problem? Actually, No one wants old age, disease and death. Similarly, old age, disease and death is there because of the birth actually. And here we should understand one more thing is that we are not these bodies, we are Atma, we are spirit souls. So Atma doesn't have birth, death, old age and diseases. So therefore birth, death, old age and diseases are problems in this world. So they are real problems of world. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshano, Darshanam. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said that one of the items of knowledge is to realize that these are the real problems of life. We should be focusing on solving these problems. Birth, death, old age and disease. Knowledge means like that. So not understanding these problems, it is what? It is ignorance, it is. So surprisingly that we don't even understand or realize these problems of life. Like I remember, I used to go to one medical college. Some of the students, I was observing that in medical college what happens, they have clinical subjects would be there. They have to go to hospital. Under a senior doctor, they have to, what they have to do? They have to observe the patients and all these things. They have to do. Practically in the hospital, what they are doing? They are seeing children, child birth they are seeing, old age they are seeing people with diseases, they are seeing people dying. All these things they are seeing, but actually they don't see it. It is called Pashyannapi na pashyati, although seeing but not seeing. Why? What is the meaning of seeing but not seeing? That means they don't understand them, they don't realize it. So, understand or realize means what? Even I have to face these things as a doctor. One day I have to see, I have to face old age, I have to be suffer from diseases, I have to die. But still in this world, people, they don't understand or realize them. This is Pashyannapi na pashyati, seeing but not seeing. So these are real problems of life. What are the solutions for this next? That should be discussed. We have problems and what are the solutions? So just now I was telling one symptom of ignorance is not even understanding the real problems of life. What actually is, not diagnosing it. So what actually is the problem? That is one ignorance. So next ignorance is that we try to solve those problems, but we end up making more problems, creating more problems. So we end up creating more problems. For example, I'll give one example. In the last decade of 19th century, in Europe there was a very great problem. It was called as Great Dung Problem, Horse Dung Problem, sorry. The Great Horse Dung Problem. How many of you heard about this? The Great Horse Dung Problem? Sometimes they say Great Horse Manure Problem. You all have not heard about it, right? So, but in history, if you see, those who study history, modern history, so they all know about this problem. It was what happened was that in Europe, because there was no automobiles there that time. So nowhere the automobiles were there. So at the end of 19th century, 1890s. So what they used to use, people, before automobiles came? Anyone knows? People used to walk from one place to another place pedaling. Otherwise, like they used to use horse carriages, or they used to use bullock carts. Horses they would use. So in Europe also what they did, they bred so many horses for transportation. Those horses would pass tool on the road, and sometimes they will die and their dead corpses would be there on the road. No one was there to clean and remove those dead bodies. So therefore this became a huge issue in Europe. It was called as Great Horse Dung Problem. It was. Now after that what happened? Automobiles came. First they invented steam engine, right? So then automobiles came, and people thought that okay, they felt relieved. Now we solved this problem. Great horse dung problem is solved. Now we have automobiles. Now we see after 100 years what happens? Automobiles are the problems now. Now may not be in Chikmagalur. It's a small place. But here also we meet, you may meet with accident. Automobiles, why it is a problem, automobiles? We meet with accidents, then there is pollution, traffic jams. If you go to Bangalore, most probably most of you will end up in Bangalore after 4 years. So if you go there, people are living on the roads. Living on the roads means what? Their most of the day goes in spending on the road only. There are so much traffic jam. If they have to go to 1 kilometer, you need 2 hours. So one place to another place. In this way, and we see sometimes, like often it comes in the news that Delhi has highest pollution, polluted city in the world, like that. So we have pollution problem. So in this way what we are doing, we thought okay, we will solve this problem of horse dung. Now we created more problems for. So this is called as, I said, ignorance leads to suffering and bondage. This is called bondage. We are bound in the cycle of problems and solutions. The very solutions which are supposed to solve the problems, they become cause of more problems. In this way, this is called as bondage, suffering and bondage. Liberation means to become free from this cycle of suffering and bondage. So, therefore here we have one Sanskrit verse. In this what it is told, how we are actually the solutions which we are thinking, they are just a transfer of problem from one place to another place. Here it is given example. If somebody is carrying some burden on the head, then when he feels difficulty, what he does, he transfers that to shoulder. So similarly what we are doing here, in this world we are trying to solve one problem, but actually we are transferring the problem from one place to another place. That's all, nothing else it is. So this is a very important, nice verse it is. You all would like to learn this verse? You can repeat after me. Yatahi purusho bharam. It is visible? Yatahi purusho bharam shirasa gurum vadvahan tam skandena sa adate tata sarva pratikriyaha yatahi purusho bharam Sirasa Gurumudvahan Tam Skandena Sa Adate Tata Sarva Pratikriyaha Yata hi Purusho Bharam Sirasa Gurumudvahan Tam Skandena Sa Adate Tata Sarva Pratikriyaha. So the meaning of this verse is what? A man may carry a burden on his head. When he feels it to be too heavy, he sometimes gives relief to his head by putting the burden on his shoulder. In this way, he tries to relieve himself of the burden. However, whatever process he devises to counteract the burden does nothing more than put the same burden from one place to another. Tata sarva pratikriya. Pratikriya means what? We can say it is solution. Whatever solution we create, that what happens, it causes problem elsewhere actually. Like sometime you may get some diseases and you may take medicines, and the medicines have their side effects, right? So someone is suffering from cancer, then he may undergo chemotherapy. Then chemotherapy causes so many other problems to the body, side effects. So in this way, our whatever solutions we create, then they are also cause of problem. Now first thing we saw that how ignorance we don't even realize what are the real problems. Second thing is that when we try to make solutions to some problems, then those solutions only become cause of problems. So that is also ignorance. That is also ajnana. Actually, if we have knowledge, what happens? It should solve the problems. It should not increase the problem. So that shows that we are in ignorance. Actually, if you see, day by day, we are more and more getting one after the another, we are getting entangled in so many problems in this world. So, although most of the times we are distracted, no one thinks about it. We have some monotonous life we follow every day. No one bothers to think about the problems. But if you see, that is a symptom. That proves that we are in ignorance actually. Yata hi purusho bharam sirasa gurumudvaham tam skande nasadate. Anyway, this is, some say that we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. This is Albert Einstein, he said. Some say that he didn't speak this. It is ascribed to him, like that they say. But anyway, whatever it is. So one thing we should understand that we are in ignorance. So therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, if you see Arjuna, so what he did to solve the problem. In this verse he says, Nahi prapashyami mama punadyad yachokamochoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam riddham rajam suranam apichadipatyam. So I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like that of demigods in heaven. So before that we should see that how we cannot solve the problems by material advancement. So not by material advancement, not by scientific research or technology, not by medicines, not by accumulating of wealth, economic development. Some people try to solve the problem by intoxication. Intoxication means what? So you may take to drinking, smoking, etc. So not traveling to different planets. So solving these problems by material means is not possible. So what is the purpose of technology? You are all studying technology. Tell me. You are all students of technology. So purpose of technology is to make our life luxurious, right? Or not? To reduce problems, reduce sufferings, and increase comfort and luxury, right? That is the purpose of technology. So like we may face lot of heat in the summer. So for that, what we have fans are there, we have ACs are there. Sometimes people are addicted to fans like they are addicted to tea and coffee yet. Without fans. Once I was visiting someone in their home, elderly husband and wife, they were there. It was actually rainy season, almost cold season was there. Then that person asked me, shall I put a fan? He said, no, I don't need fan, I said. So then 2 times he asked. Again and again I said, no need, like that. Then his wife came and she started fan and she sat down. because they think that although it was cold season, it was not required. So people are addicted to it, these things. So we know that we may have fans, we may have AC, coolers, air conditioners are there. You all know, no, air conditioners, they create that chlorofluorocarbons. You all know that? And what happens after that? Ozone layer depletes. Then so many other problems will be created. So like that, every solution we make, we end up what? We end up in ignorance. Therefore, material means are not actually solutions to any of the problems in this world. So therefore, we need a spiritual solution. So material advancement, scientific research and technology, medicines, like I said, medicines, how they create, they have their own side effects are there. So people think that by accumulating economic development and wealth, we can solve all the problems of the world. So, but this will not end there. So some Trump will come and he will put tariff and he will create problem. You may be progressing economically very in a great speed, but somebody else will come and create disturbance. So intoxication, generally people take to intoxication. Why? So intoxication will not solve the problem, but temporarily what happens? It may make us to forget the problem, but that is not the solution, right? And again we end up in messing our life by all these kind of things. So we should not get into such. So previously, today this not traveling to the different planets. Someone may think that okay, by changing my places, I'll be able to solve the problem. But no. So previously, of course, today we have space exploration is there. Generally in space exploration, they are not thinking that it is a solution to the problems of this world. As if now, if you see, in ISRO, no one is studying, he is doing space exploration thinking that okay, we will solve problems in this world. Traditionally, in Vedic culture, there were a group of philosophers who used to think like that. That solution is to go to the higher planets, other planets. So in this way, they thought that we can solve the problems, but that is also not a solution, because in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he says that "A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna Mam Apyatyatu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate." He says, especially this problems of birth, death, old age and diseases, they are everywhere throughout the universe actually. Of course, now we don't have, in modern science, we don't have knowledge that there are living entities on other planets also. But it is a fact. That is another different topic of discussion. So we will not go into it. Just to say that because in this world there are living entities everywhere. There are living entities in atmospheric condition. There are living entities in terrestrial condition, and there are living entities in aquatic condition. In every condition there are living entities. So we can expand this same logic to other planets also, planets or other celestial places. So same logic we can expand. So there are living entities on other planets also. So by thinking of going there also, it is not a solution, because there also same problems will be there. So these are not the solutions. Therefore, so Arjuna, he says that I cannot solve these problems. Therefore, what I do is I will surrender unto you. You solve my problem. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, this is actually from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this verse. Nahi prapashyami mama punadya yachokam uchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatna vriddham rajam suranam apichadipatyam. So Arjuna was in crisis. What crisis Arjuna was in? Anyone knows Mahabharata here? How many of you have read Mahabharata? No one has read? Okay, anyway, Arjuna was, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, you all know, it is near Delhi. So in the state of Haryana, present state of Haryana. So 5,000 years ago, there in the Kurukshetra, there was battle between Pandavas and Kauravas. So Arjuna is one of the 5 members of Pandavas, and he was a leading archer in Pandava side. So Lord Krishna was his charioteer, and of course Lord Krishna, he is taking the role of charioteer, but he was Supreme Lord himself. So Arjuna is surrendering to Krishna. But why? Because when he saw Arjuna, he saw they were all his cousin brothers. On the opposite side, they were all his cousin brothers, his relatives. So the fight, he was supposed to fight with them. Then he felt he was overwhelmed by material affection, and he thought that how can I fight in this battle? Katham Bhishma Maham Sanke. And also opposite side where his own teacher was, Drona was there. His grandfather was there. Great grandfather was there, Bhishma. So he was overwhelmed by material affection, and he thought, how can I kill them like that? Of course, there is a long history behind that. So we will not be discussing everything here. Basically, Pandavas were on the side of righteousness, and Kauravas were on the side of they were adharmic. So they were not virtue and vice. So they were adharmic on the side. Therefore, for the sake of establishing righteousness in the society, Arjuna was supposed to fight with them. In this way, but Arjuna, he didn't want to fight. So he was, he decided he should not fight. But he made so many intellectual arguments before Krishna to solve his problem. That why he should not fight, or why this fight will not bring any benefit to the society and the world, or to himself or to his family. So all this kind of, there was argument between Krishna and Arjuna. Then in the end, after posing so many arguments, Arjuna, he surrenders to Krishna. And this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So he says that I cannot, even after, he says, you see, I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like that of gods in the heaven, like that he says. Rajyam Suranam Apichadipatyam Avapya Bhumam Asapatna Mriddam Rajyam Suranam Apichadipatyam, he says. So Arjuna, he could not solve his problem. Then he surrenders to Krishna. So generally, from this verse we can learn so many things. How we should approach to a knowledgeable person. So when we realize that we are in ignorance, we are not able to solve our problems, we should approach a knowledgeable person. So in our Indian languages we say guru, we should approach a spiritual master. So like that we can understand many things. And also we can understand that how economic development, even if you have a great kingdom also, we cannot solve this problem. So problems of this world. So like that we can learn many things from this. But gist is that how we should come to the point where we can get a perfect knowledge, and so that we can solve the problems of this world. So in Bhagavad Gita, then this is second chapter, there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Krishna elaborately discussed so what is the problem of Arjuna and how to solve that. So the speciality of Bhagavad Gita is that you find any problem in this world, there is solution for that. Whether it is material problem, spiritual problem, therefore it is perfect knowledge. What is the symptom of knowledge? Like I said, knowledge means it should lead to happiness and liberation from all this cycle of problems and solutions. So Bhagavad Gita is a perfect knowledge. So therefore, because it is coming from perfect source, it is. We should take advantage of that knowledge. And Bhagavad Gita is not sectarian, it is. You may think that, oh, it is Hindu. Some people may say it is Hindu. But it is not. Knowledge is never a sectarian. Whether it is. Just like 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 is it sectarian? It is only for Hindus, or it is for Indians, or it is in India it is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and in America it is 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Does it happen like that? No. Right or not? Knowledge is never a sectarian. Knowledge is not subjective. Very in the beginning only in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna spoke like this, 2.8 it is. Krishna starts speaking from 2.11, verse number 2.11. So in the beginning only he says that first thing which he taught to Arjuna is that we are not these bodies. What is the meaning of we are not these bodies? We are actually, what happens is we take birth in certain family or certain place, and we start identifying ourselves with that. So I am Indian, I am American. Because I am born in India, I think that I am Indian. If someone is born in America, he thinks that he is American. But in the next life, what may happen? We may take birth in America, and then our identity changes. So this is not our real identity. So the first teaching of Bhagavad Gita is that we are not Hindus, we are not Muslims, we are not Christians, we are not Indians, we are not Americans, we are not black, white, man, woman. These are all bodily designations. This is the first teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, it is not sectarian knowledge. So therefore, we should, whenever we are in problem, we should take to this perfect knowledge. Then we will get a solution to the problems. Otherwise, if we mentally concoct our own solution, then we will end up in creating more and more problems. So I'll stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we have any questions, you can make now. Do you have one more mic? So we have mic here. Those who want to ask questions, you can stand up and ask. Otherwise, we have chits also.
So you can raise your hands if you have questions.
So mic will be given to you. Those who want to ask question, they can ask.
Somebody wants? We have chits also here. If somebody doesn't want to ask a question on the mic, you can write your question on the chit. Somebody wants, you can raise your hand.
Okay then, if there is no question, we can finish. Hare.
We have asked some feedback forms, you can just give your feedback.
Chits. We should wait for the chits or what? You can ask for the chits then. I was supposed to show it on here. It's okay.
If somebody wants, they can pick at their center, they can contact us personally.
Wait. You can ask then once if somebody has questions, you can give in the chits, right?
Hare Krishna. If any of you has questions, you can please write down in the chits given to you and pass it on. And our volunteers can collect it. Do raise your hands once you have finished writing your question. We will come and collect the chit. You can write your questions on the back of the feedback forms. And if you have written questions, then please let us know by raising your hands so that we will come to know and Prabhuji will answer your question. If you want to maintain anonymity of your question, you can click chits. Don't be stuck, you can ask questions, but if you want, you can take separate sheets and cheat sheets are being distributed, you can ask for it.
Okay, you come then. You can answer.
Also, we have many important spiritual books, especially the Bhagavad Gita, complete Bhagavad Gita. Presently, we are not distributing, but if you are interested, you can mention it in the feedback form and we can contact you. We also have a center in Housing Board. If any of you is interested, you can inquire from your college authorities. They know they have a contact and you can collect. So this Bhagavad Gita, as Prabhuji explained, is a book of knowledge, complete knowledge. So all your questions will be answered if you read Bhagavad Gita. All your problems. It has solution to all your problems which we have encountered and problems which we are going to face. Everything will be solved by reading Bhagavad Gita. So you can take advantage. And there are many other books on different titles. If you are interested, you can get in touch. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, everybody. Listen to me here, please. So I think today's morning session was fruitful by Sri Priya Govinda Prabhu, a devotee of Lord Krishna, serving ISKCON since 25 years. I think he kept on asking you, excuse me, any questions they want to ask? Okay.
ಅಣ್ಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ slowly they are opening up after. Once.
Who wanted to ask question? You can write your questions on the sheet. Feel shy to ask.
Not there. Actually, there are two situations. If you don't have question, that means you have understood everything. Or another situation is that you have not understood anything. I assume that you are in first situation. That means you have understood everything. Hopefully. Okay. Sir will continue.
Shall I close this laptop? As Prabhuji told, probably we don't have any question because we don't think they don't think at your level, Prabhuji. I being a teacher since 27 years, I have come across many kind of students. But the kind of students what we are getting today, we feel sorry to say that sometimes we feel why we have chosen this profession. Because the kind of audacity, the kind of overconfidence the present generation is having, you can't even imagine that. Yesterday, Ayyappa sir was selling, probably you were remembering, I was sitting backside and listening to him. He was telling, your life starts immediately after the completion of 4th year engineering. After graduation, when you go back to your parents' house, that is the day your life starts. Today to get 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, you don't have hesitation to ask your parents. Sometimes sit for hunger strike to get whatever you are demanding. But the day you finish your graduation, you don't feel to do so. But still you are trying to do that. That means you are not human beings. ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕವನಿದ್ದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಓದಿದ ನೆನಪು ಮಂಗನಿಂದ ಮಾನವ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ದೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮಂಗನ ಥರ ಇದ್ದ, ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಮಾನವರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ರಾಂಗ್. ಈಗೇನು ನೀವು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿಂದ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೀತಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಂಗನಾಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಏಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಮಾನವರಾಗ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾರೂ ಮಾನವರಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾನವರಾಗೋದು ಯಾರು ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಅಂತವರು, ಯಾರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರಲ್ಲ. ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸರೆಂಡರ್, it doesn't mean that surrendering only to a God. Surrendering to your parents also is a sacrifice. Surrendering yourself to your life partner is also sacrifice. Surrendering to a God is great thing. I am not denying that. But when Prabhuji is asking you morning 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, he has given his time, shared his abundant knowledge, but nobody is interested to respond to that. Prabhuji, when we are teaching in the class, today's trend is, once upon a time, we used to have a fear to go to class. ನಮಗೆ ತರಗತಿಗಳು ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಏನೋ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಭಯ ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅದೇ ಪಾಠ, ಅದು ಸರಿನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ನಂಬೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಡು ಎಂಗೇಜ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸೆಮೆಸ್ಟರ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಗುರು ಟೀಚರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬೀಳ್ತೀನಿ, I will bow my head to your feet. Please make me as a good teacher by asking one simple question. Because Guru becomes great Guru only when students ask him a question. ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಒಂದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಾನು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೇರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, We don't know the purpose of life. Anyway, I would like to thank Prabhuji or entire ISKCON team of Chikmagalur on behalf of my college and on my personal behalf for taking up this time and preaching you some knowledge about God and the life. I think materialistic problems and spiritual solutions was the title of the talk. We are in touch with ISKCON people since Krishna Janmashtami. Hope that relationship continue in coming days also. See, ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದೇಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕರೀತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Please don't keep that point in mind. Because education institutes will be having students from all religions. We are not here to spread any one religion for any student. Simply we are telling you because Krishna is also God, Allah is also God, and Yesu is also God. Everybody accepts that. Whichever religion you are having belief, you follow that. Nobody deny you that. Right? But we are in touch with those people, that's why we are inviting them, that's all. Right? So with these few words, I once again thank and congratulate team of ISKCON for coming over here and addressing your students. Thank you, Guruji. I request you to come on the stage to receive our respect. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ದವರು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಸಾದದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಶಾಂತ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯೂ ಸಪರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್. ರಿಸೀವ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಸಾದ, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಟೀ ಬ್ರೇಕ್, ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ at 11.